That's a funny word, Projektenmacher. It actually had a very negative meaning when it was first used by Boniface Wimmer's fellow Bavarian monks. They described him as a dreamer, always talking about going to America and doing great things. Der Projektenmacher, that big plan maker, that dreamer. But at the end of his life, after he founded some dozen monasteries and numerous parishes and schools, as Father Archabbot has reminded us, Projektenmacher now meant project maker, someone who got things done. I want to thank all who have made nominations for this award. It really is an amazing group of faculty, staff, and students who were nominated and who are doing wonderful work here. But today we celebrate the contributions of a colleague whose work is quiet and a bit confined to the Science Pavilion, but is in fact extraordinary. When you make your way through the Science Center, it's impressive to feel a buzz of so much activity of learning or research or teaching. But the more you go there, you notice something else. If you stop in a restroom, you kind of do a double take and see a vase of fresh flowers. Who on earth would put flowers in a restroom in a college campus? You wonder. In warmer months, you might see some flower beds near the entrance. If you're in a hurry, you might not think much, but you see that this little touch of home, it's obvious that someone is giving them the attention to be so beautiful. In colder months, you might notice a sniffling faculty member hovering over a steaming bowl of what looks like homemade chicken soup. Lo and behold, that's exactly what it is, and you can almost see the healing come with each spoonful. You come to discover that it was brought in by a St. Vincent employee who noticed that the teacher was a little under the weather. You look at the terrazzo floor, the stairs, the glass. Is it the imagination, or are these things sparkling? Even the cement floors over in physics. You asked whether they were freshly poured. That's how clean and white they were. You may have been interviewing for a teaching position at St. Vincent, and while you're being shown around, someone carrying a mop brings you a cup of coffee and wishes you good luck on your presentation. You might not be paying attention to the calendar, but you walk in and somehow you know whether it's Halloween or Thanksgiving or Valentine's Day. Someone's having fun putting these decorations, but you're not quite sure who's doing it. If you're a new student and you're worried that you'll be late for your first class, bewildered by its location in this labyrinth that we call campus, only to find that someone constructed helpful signs to direct you, which get you there earlier than expected. You have time to text your mom and say that the first day is going better than you expected. And then it's time for finals, stressed out, only to find a table with a cookie that certainly has your name on it. And finally, you hear of remnants for remembrance, a quilt which was designed, hand-sewn, to be raffled off, the proceeds for the tickets raising money to start a scholarship fund in memory of our dearly departed St. Vincent student, Matt Rousseau. Lisa, want to come up here? We wish to honor you, Lisa Poponick, for being an angel in disguise, for your daily acts of kindness. You accepted an ordinary job and turned it into an art. You show us how important it is to look at what we do with a fresh pair of eyes, to see what St. Benedict saw, that the divine presence is everywhere. You model a sense of discipline in your work to inspire the rest of us when we are tempted to slack off. You help us to remember that the humble path of service is what helps to form good people in a world that often settles for the attitude, "What's in it for me?" You follow Benedict's admonition that the tools of the monastery should be treated as though they were vessels of the altar. And as for Benedictine hospitality, revering every student, every visitor with the dignity worthy of any of God's children. For your natural sense of community, building up and encouraging everyone, whatever their importance, in making St. Vincent a home away from home. Lisa, I wish to personally thank you for your creativity, your tender, loving care, for being an unrealistic dreamer. It is for these reasons that in the name of St. Vincent College community, I wish to bestow the Projektenmacher Award to you, Lisa Poponick, for your imitation not only of Boniface Wimmer, but of his companions, the unsung heroes who pray and work so that in all things God may be glorified.
Thank you. I learned from so many of you. Thank you. I'm very honored.